You've been wanting to get into action cameras or even maybe a full frame camera because you want to start and recording some of your motorcycle rides, ATV rides. Maybe you want to video your kids at the water park or at the park in general. Well, today we're going to talk about everything that I've learned being a content creator on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all that. If you haven't yet, follow me, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below if this video has helped you. We're going to talk about GoPros, DJI. We're even going to talk about our Insta360, GoPro, and DJI Action 5 Pro. Because I have all those cameras today, and in my hand I have an Action 5 Pro. I have 3 of these cameras. GoPros, this is a GoPro Hero 11. That one there is a GoPro Hero 12. I don't have the 13 because GoPro is kind of like iPhone. They don't upgrade much every year, so you got to wait a couple generations to actually get an upgrade. So I didn't upgrade my 12. I have 12s, 11s, 10s, 9s, 8s. We're going to go over all those today and what might be a good choice or a good pick for your needs. I also have a Sony a7 III, and I have a Nikon Z6, which is what I'm recording on right now. We're going to talk about a Nikon Z6. This camera is one of the best cameras for vlogging and B-roll. I use it for both. I have 2 lenses. One is B-roll. We're actually using the B-roll lens right now. That lens is a 50mm lens, and it does awesome. The 50mm lens gives you some of the smoothest, nicest bokeh in the back. You do have to manually focus it because autofocus it will hunt. Now this camera setup is somewhere around $4,000. So that might be out of your budget if you're a beginner. But when you get to where you want to be, a Nikon Z6 or one of the newer ones at the time of your needs might be good for you, because I go for my Nikon over my Sony every time. And I know Sony is king with color and focusing and all that, but I just find the Nikon to be best for my needs. But maybe you don't want to spend that kind of money. That's when the action cameras come in. I can't recommend the Action 5 enough. That is an awesome camera. It does really good in low light situations. And it is one of the better priced cameras. It is priced the same as the GoPro right now, which I believe was $350, whereas the Ace Pro is $399. Now you can find these on sale and get them cheaper, or you can wait like a year after they come out and get them $50 to $100 cheaper as well. But that might be out of your price range. So what can you do? What can you do for around $200? Well, you could go and get yourself a GoPro Hero 10, possibly an 11. Those would be really good starting points. You could get a used one. Sometimes you can find a new one on the shelf, especially the 11. You'll be able to get an 11 right now. And I believe the last 11 that I seen was $249.99. I found it at Best Buy. I don't want an 11. 11s are nice, but I have a 12, so I don't need an 11. 11's right here. The GoPro in that price range is going to be probably the best overall camera. But if you're looking for one that can do low light situations a lot better, you'll want to look at the Action 5 or the Ace Pro. These two, they have the same sensor. Now the Action 5 does a little tiny tad better in low light situations over the Ace Pro, but both squash the GoPro all day, every day. Now, you might be thinking, redneck, I don't want to spend the money that the Ace Pro is just because it's got a flip screen, because that does have a flip screen on it, so you can flip it up and vlog with it. That camera is awesome for vlogging. Both have front-facing LED screens, and they're both a nice size on both cameras. This one is a little bigger. It don't have the front-facing flipping screen, but it does have the front-facing screen. So you may not need that flip screen, because the only thing really you're getting between the two cameras, the Action 5 or the Action 5 and the Ace Pro, is really that flip screen, because they're both the same camera. They both use AI chips and all that stuff. We're not going to get into chips and sensor sizes, but these two have the best sensor size in the market in an action camera. So Out of all my cameras that I own, the Action 5 is probably going to be your best bang for buck unless you want the flip screen. The flip screen is a nice feature, and I do like it. I find myself vlogging with that camera when I'm in a vlog style video. That's the camera. Even though that one does a little better in low light, it's not, this one does a little better in low light than that one. It's not that much of a difference. So I do find myself going to the flip up screen so I can see what's going on. But when it comes dollar for dollar, pound for pound, the Action 5 Pro is going to be the better option. But if you don't have that much money to spend, if you only have around $200 to get started, a used GoPro 10, 11, or 12 will get you there. I would try to stick with around a 10 or 11 if you can't get a 12. But the 11 is probably where you should be. But the 10 does a fine job. It does a fantastic job. I still use the 9s and the 10s in my videos. And you probably can't tell the difference on what cameras. You probably can't even tell that I have filmed in 4K on my iPhone. Now, all these cameras are filming in 4K 30 right now. The Action 5 back here, the GoPro, the Ace Pro, and the Nikon up in front of me is all 4K 30. Now, keep in mind, you're going to want to get some accessories. You're going to want, at the very minimum, a little tripod that you can hold or stick your camera down. It's what that one's on right now. I don't know if I got footage of that, but it's just a little tripod. They're about $20, $30 on Amazon, so keep that in mind. You're definitely going to want, at minimum, 2 batteries, no matter which camera you go with. And all the batteries for these cameras are about the same money, regardless of which one you go with. Now, none of them come with a charger. You have to charge through the camera. So I would go on Amazon and get like a $30 charger. Do yourself a favor, because I did this. Do yourself a favor and do not buy the cheap knockoff batteries. Trust me, just pony up and pay for the branded batteries that go with these cameras. You will thank me later, because those other batteries, if it's cold out, they don't last but 5 minutes. They will drain battery. They will drain charge just sitting. I've never had that happen with any of the name brand batteries, not even being out in the cold. They don't drain super fast. In fact, I had all these different cameras running, and they all ran for over an hour when we did the Christmas parade. And in that Christmas parade video, you can see the different camera angles. Well, I was using the Action 5s and some GoPros, and you can tell which one was the Action 5 and which one was the GoPro, because the GoPro had the darker scene. So when you're getting started, it's not just all about cameras. It's about editing. I find the GoPro to have probably the better app. A lot of people like the Insta360, and they like the Action 5 app. I personally would prefer the GoPro app on your phone if you're editing from your phone. I don't really do a lot of editing from my phone. I hook these cameras up to my computer and edit through DaVinci Resolve. You can get DaVinci Resolve for free. That's the one I use. I use the free version, and then I also, pay for some LUTs and stuff. You don't have to have LUTs, but that program is super easy to get to know and learn, and it has a lot of tools. It's a pretty nice program, especially for being free. So I use that, but I also use CapCut on my cell phone when I do my shorts videos. If you're going to do some videos and get into it, shorts is kind of where it's at right now. But you do want to do some long-form content, aka what we're doing right now. Nonetheless, though, DaVinci Resolve and CapCut on your phone, between the two, you got everything covered. Learn those. CapCut, it is free, but there is some pro features. I do pay for those pro features because it does help my videos significantly. So that's got you covered there. But you're saying, Redneck, didn't you mention that you record with your cell phone? Yes, I do. I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I have an iPhone 15 Pro Max. I film with both of those. The 15 Pro Max definitely does a better job, but it does have some focus hunting I'm sure an update's going to fix that soon, hopefully. But I do a lot of filming with my iPhone. And you can do that. That's fine. But sometimes if you're, riding, you don't want to hold your phone and ride. You may want to mount something. So that's where the action camera is going to come in. And you just cannot beat these cameras. You just can't. Even the GoPro. I like GoPro, I do. But these two cameras, the Action 5 and the Ace Pro, is much better of a camera. So those are where I would look. But if you're on a budget, you're probably not getting those at a budget price right now because they're sort of new to the market and they're so good people aren't coming off of them like they're coming off of their GoPros, because these cameras will squash GoPro all day long. GoPro, if you're listening to me, buddy, you guys need to step it up a few notches. Just saying. But they are decent cameras if you get them for a decent price. They're okay, depending upon how much you pay for them. Now, if you're doing the editing on a laptop or a cell phone, you're definitely going to want a good cell phone. I have Apple everything. I use iPhones and MacBook Pros. Those are essential when it comes to video editing. But let's say you have a $300 Windows laptop. You ain't editing a video with it. I'm sorry. You're just not. You're going to have to invest in a laptop, or if you have a good phone, like an iPhone, which most everybody has a high-end phone. If you have some sort of a high-end phone, that could be Samsung, etc., you can use the apps we had talked about and edit just fine on your phone. But if you plan on doing it on the computer, I would recommend even an older Apple MacBook Pro, even an older one, because you can get them fairly cheap. That would be your best bet, and it will edit videos flawlessly. So if this is something that you're going to get into, just know you're going to become a camera addict and an editing addict. That's me. Every time I see a good deal on a camera, I have to get it because I like playing with cameras. They're fun. Look at this situation I have right now. I'm filming with 3-4 cameras here, and we're doing a pretty good job of it. So you kind of get addicted to that. And then lighting, you're probably wondering, well, what do I do for lighting? Well, right now I'm using natural lighting that are coming in from the garage doors. I'm sure you can tell. And there's no lighting above me except for over in that area, kind of behind that camera. But it does help. So you're going to want to play with lighting. But if you're outside, I'm sure you'll have plenty of lighting. And then you're going to want to play with lenses, different lenses for, I got them. I can't remember what they're called, but they're like sunglasses for your cameras. I don't do a lot with those. I don't find myself really needing to. Very rare do I need to. So that's about it for this, guys. I hope this helps you in deciding if you want to be a content creator and start filming your own videos. I encourage you to do that. And if you find yourself always going camping and riding and maybe riding motorcycles with your friends, or anything that you do that somebody else might find entertaining, film it, because you can put it on social media and then you can become an influencer, just like I did. It works. It's pretty cool. You make a little bit of money doing it. You don't get rich unless you get huge. But you do, make a little bit of money and have fun doing it too. We have a lot of fun doing what we do here. And if you want to check out what we do here, guys, if you're new here, check out the YouTube. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Check out our website if you're into CF Motos, because we are. That's all we have. That's all we do is CF Moto content mainly. Check out our website, www.rngperformance.net. Peace out, God bless, and we'll see you in the next one, guys.